It's been a little minute. So I'm just get right into it. I didn't write a script for this video or anything. I'm gonna just talk. I'm gonna just yap, and we'll just have a conversation. So relax. Listen to this like it's a podcast, or look me in the eye if you're comfortable with eye contact. If not, you can put your phone down, computer down. You can't put the TV down, but you can do something else and just listen. It's been a minute. I haven't sat down and recorded a video, and I can't even tell you the last time I posted a video. I don't know what month that was in. But it was an unintentional break, and I use that word very lightly because I'm not taking a break from YouTube. I just was not distracted, but focusing on other things because my room was a mess. It was ugh, ugh. My room was a disaster. I thought about making a whole series out of it and posting me like cleaning up and stuff like that, but I kind of felt a lot of shame because it was awful. Clothes were spread out everywhere. Like, my closet was a mess. It still kind of is. But I can say that my room is 95% clean. There's like small things that I gotta, get done here and there, but it's not as overwhelming as it was when it was a hot mess. I did record the process just because I needed an accountability buddy. I try not to push someone to hold me accountable when they have other stuff going on in their lives. So I use my phone to hold me accountable by recording things that I do and to not post them. And the more I kept doing that, the more I noticed that I was being consistent in what I was doing. It was very, very helpful too. It was really helpful to see like the transition from my room, what it was before and what it is now. So I'm really happy, and I feel a lot lighter now that my room is actually clean. Because, man, I can be a hot mess. Hence the channel name, A Mindful Mess. Anyway, but I've been feeling really well. Today, I can say that this is the happiest that I've ever felt. And I know that feelings change. Feelings definitely are an ebb and flow. You're happy one day, you're sad the next, you're grieving, you're crying, you're ecstatic, you're neutral, things of that nature. But today was really a day where I felt very free. Like, I did an interview for Your Support Plug, YSP. Being able to sit down and like hear his story and why he does the things that he does, it was very, very refreshing. Because there's points where I'm like, I kind of want to take a sabbatical from YSP. I kind of want to stop doing it so that I can actually focus on myself and trying to step into my own spotlight outside of just shouting people out or giving them interviews and things of that nature. And again, I'm very grateful for what YSP has become. But some days I just think like, what if I just took a sabbatical? But then I'm like, but all the progress that I've made, all the connections that I've made, and I just start having a lot of doubt, like those connections will be lost and et cetera, et cetera. And I start like overthinking that. And I don't know, because I know YSP is something that will turn into something bigger. It's already bigger than myself. And I know it's something that I want to continue doing for now. It may be like a year or two or so. But there's still a part of me that wants to be like, you know what? It's my turn to be in the spotlight. You've definitely given a platform, given a voice for all of these people, and that's great. But what about me? What about my voice? And I guess that's what a mindful mess is about. Just using this to say what I want, do what I want, create what I want, use my voice how I want. Um, but that's just some thoughts that I have sometimes about YSP. Um, I mean, I can't stop now because I've already made like a huge commitment to it and met amazing people and have like edited some really cool interviews that need to be posted. But that's just a thought that's just been on my mind. Apart from that, the last couple of days have been very heavy for me. I've been grieving a lot, crying a lot. Grieving and crying about losing people that were only temporary. And I was thinking that they would be a very what's the word, very permanent part of my life. Even though now hindsight, I was thinking very naive about it, it made me think a lot about where I want to be and where I want to go next and who I want to be. And having those people that aren't in my life anymore is honestly a blessing. It's amazing. I feel lighter. I feel happier. I feel as if I can move forward and not be in limerence about those people, actually, because I have the tendency to be in limerence about things that are ending or have ended, you know, especially when it comes to friendships, especially that. But now I just feel like it is what it is. It was meant to be. It was fun during the time, or maybe it was traumatic during the time. You know what I mean? There was something that, you know what? There was something that I wrote. I gotta find it. Hold on. I wrote, all losses are lessons that need to be refined into wins. And that to me was crazy because I was meditating at work. Because I got there like freaking butt early, like 6:54 in the morning. I have an 8 to 5. Anyway, but I was meditating while at work, and that came to my mind. All losses are lessons that need to be refined into wins. And what I understood from that is if you lose somebody, like lose a friendship, y'all aren't friends anymore or whatever, you can take it as a lesson, hold on to that lesson, forgive yourself, most importantly, and be like, okay, cool. So that friendship's over. It was fun while it lasted. What can I do to, well, feel your pain first, of course, but what can I do to rewrite this pain, rewrite this lesson for a future win? How could I not make this same mistake? I use that word very lightly. Again, So all you're doing is just taking all the lessons that you've learned and refining them into wins so you can do better in the future. And I was just like, dang, that really, really, really hit home for me because all I've been doing with the friendships that I've lost or whatever is just getting better, meeting better people, meeting myself in a better form, being my most authentic self, because I don't think if I was still in those friendships today, I would not be as happy as I am right now. I honestly, when I was around those people, all I would do was smoke, or all I would do was drink. Sorry, parents, if you're watching this, I definitely did partake in the drugs and alcoholic beverages. I did. Even though I'm pretty sure y'all are aware. But I definitely did partake. A lot. I did. But hanging around those people, all I would do was smoke, all I do was drink, and that was it. I would do some creativity here and there, but I wasn't confident in my creative individualism. I don't know why I put it like that, but yeah, like as an individual, I would be quite miserable when it came to creating. I would look at all these other people creating amazing things, and I'm being like, why the heck can I not do that? And the Artist Way talks about that, about being blocked, and about how, like, you're comparing yourself to other people and you're just watching other people do the things that you really want to do. And I realized that I was doing that, and I'm just like, man. And if I was still around those people, just smoking, drinking, just talking about my creative stuff, and honestly helping them build their platforms and me not building mine, I'd still be quite miserable today. I wouldn't be as happy as I am, and I wouldn't be continuing YSP or continuing creating, period. Honestly, I would just be sitting around being a pothead, probably being an alcoholic. And this isn't any shame towards those people that I hung out with. It's just, for me, I couldn't be doing that anymore. I definitely could not be doing that anymore. And that caused a lot of brain fog for me. And I already have brain fog already as someone who has ADHD and as somebody who's neurodivergent. I already got that. So the smoking, the drinking was making that worse. So I had to stop. And I didn't realize that cutting those people out of my life and not hanging out with them anymore is something that I needed. Yes, it sucked. Yes, it was painful. Yes, I thought those people would be in my life forever, forever, forever. But no, like, and it was for a reason. And I hope that they're doing well. I do wish them well. I do wish them all the success. But for me, it's just, I had to listen to myself and realize that even though, it's cool to like smoke and drink and all those things for funsies, but for me, I realized I was using it as a form of escapism. Nobody really pressured me into doing those things. Like, even if I was like, yeah, no, I'm not really feeling it today, nobody would pressure me into doing it. Just still being in that atmosphere around it made me tempted to do it, whether if anyone was peer pressuring me or not. So that was one of the reasons why I had to look into the mirror and be like, is this who you want to be? Are these the people you want to be around? Yes, they spoke success and positivity into you and all those things. But are their habits something that you want to take with you? Even though, very successful, they're doing great things. It's just, I know for me, myself, and I, if I were to stay in that environment and the smoking and the drinking were still a thing while, business and things of that nature were happening, think I I don't think I would have been able to sit down and look at myself in the mirror and face all of the quote unquote bad, miserable parts of myself. I would have continued using smoking, drinking as a form of escapism and would have never been comfortable enough to face myself head on and be able to heal from my own insecurities when it came to my creativity, how I showed up in the world, my insecurities about being seen, being heard, and things of that nature. And also, too, there was a breaking point where I started to essentially crack, where I started to project more and more and more. And the more I projected, the more I realized, like, yeah, this is no longer a external problem. Like, yes, it may have started that way. Yes, I may have been looking for validation and all these things from external sources. But when I started projecting and realizing that I was projecting, it came to my realization that this is more of an internal problem and it has nothing to do with people anymore. It's me versus me at this point, and the fact that I am projecting is trying to tell me something. It's trying to be like, hey man, you need to look at this. You need to wake up. Like, what's going on? And the more I kept spiraling, the more I was like, yeah, this gots to give. I need to step away immediately. So I stepped away. And I didn't really feel the need to explain myself. I mean, there were other factors that were going on too, which also caused the projection. There was only one person that took the time to ask me, like, hey, I noticed like something was off. Are you okay? Da da da. And I had a lot going on that day, and I'm just thinking like, how can this get any worse? But shout out to Kira the Star for taking the time to check in during a very, very, very rough and confusing period in my life. I still think about that to this day, so I appreciate you. And again, there's other factors that also pushed me to that point to be like, yeah, I gotta go, I gotta dip. But it made me realize like, yeah, I really need to start taking myself seriously and putting me first. I don't think I would have been able to get out of my own way in order to stop having such a miserable mindset. I think I would have just stayed where I was at, continued smoking, drinking, etc., be comparing myself to other creative people and wondering why I'm not doing those things, and just using smoking and drinking as a vice, as a form of escapism, as an excuse. And you know, there's nothing wrong with people who smoke and drink or things like that, but for me, there had to be an expiration date. And with that being an expiration date, those people that I thought that were going to be in my life for a lifetime had to go too because of those habits. Again, very successful people, wish them well. They will do great things. They will continue to do great things. But I just had to listen to my intuition and listen to myself and move forward in a way that was healthier for my mental health and healthier for my physical health and healthier for my spiritual health. Wait, is this even recording anymore? I'm not really focused on making new friends right now because that was my main focus. Like, what, in 2023, 2024, making new friends and just being super duper friendly. But now I'm mainly focused on being the happiest I can be, being intentional with my happiness, and knowing that emotions are an ebb and flow, but even in that ebb and flow, I'm allowed to be grateful for the little things in my life and expressing gratitude way more. Um, and yeah, it's really just been an interesting journey. And I'm probably repeating myself over and over here. But I tend to talk in circles and repeat the same things over and over and over. But yeah, I don't know. I feel a lot lighter. I feel happier. I feel great. And something that I was thinking about earlier is comparing who I was to who I am now, like before and after I came out. Alright, so I'm gonna stop the video here because it's already getting long. Let me know if y'all want the second part of this video sometime soon. I may do more sit down yapping videos like this more consistently in the future because I love to just talk freely without a script. So let me know if y'all want more videos like this in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video.